Hello everybody and welcome back to another season of Trekkie Explores Minecraft. And this season, well, same as last season, we are full of mods. Tons and tons of mods actually, not related to any kind of genre. Last season I was strictly magical, but now I got mods from all kinds of things. I got tech mods, we got, difficulty adding mods, we got all kind of stuff. And of course our biome enhancer of choice, Biomes O Plenty. We find ourselves in a field biome. There's an orchard over there. There's what looks like a maple forest over there. So a pretty nice area. This seed was suggested to me by one of the people in my live stream, which I used to kick off the series, Spazia the Geek. There was another one in the stream that I was going to use, but the more and more I played with it, the less I liked it, and I went back to this one. It's just, this field biome is so nice. We got forest nearby, we got a mountain over there that I've discovered, so this one will do perfectly for everything that we need. Let's get rid of this. Might need these brains though. We do have Thaumcraft. We have tons of mods installed. So just to recap what was in the live stream, since there may be people watching that didn't take part in that. There was basically 2 watchers and 2 of my personal friends. This is my new Let's Play series. Same as the last season. It's single player. It's going to be filled with mods. I'm going to be basically I'm going to be focusing on not only progressing through the mods, but I'm going to be incorporating those mods into builds. And you can see this is a very nice biome, this field. Perfect for what I have in mind. Basically, the idea I have for my build this season is going to be 3 kingdoms, and each kingdom is going to be dedicated to a certain aspect of gameplay. There's going to be the human kingdom, which is going to be, as you would typically expect a human kingdom to be, castles, houses, like a very town-based thing, like human in fantasy and medieval times, that kind of thing. And this field will be perfect for that. Because there's not going to be the town, there's going to be animal farming and stuff, just typical human things. So a nice flattened area, perfect for the human settlement. Nearby, our maple forest, which I'll be enhancing with big trees, will be our elven settlement. It'll be dedicated to magical stuff, tree farming, and stuff like that. Stuff that you would typically think elves do, being close to nature and magic. So their kingdom, their realm will be focused on that aspect of what I need. And basically having the different towns will force me to move around, explore, build different kind of styles. I think it'll just make it... What is going on over here? I think it'll just make it entirely more interesting. Oh, it's just not a loaded... I was like, what is this little string of things over here? But it's just not loaded. And over that distance away is a red rock mountain, which our dwarves will be living in. Dwarves like to live in mountains, dig for gems, and be very industrious, basically. Be very... Oh, hello. That could have been a wrong step. Ravine just in the middle of nowhere. Usually they have really long stretches, but I guess some more of it's over here. Wow. So, and the dwarves, their city basically centered around ores, mining, ore production, and stuff like that. So each of the kingdoms will have their thing, and there'll be rails via Railcraft, or rail power, or whatever it's called, and I'll be moving between them, and there'll be good shit between them, like trading and such. I think it'll make for a very cool season of building. But there's lava here too. With all this grass, it can be hard to see features. And of course, if you may have noticed, probably a very obvious mod, horses, birds, turkeys, and such. This is Mo creatures. I've disabled ogre damage, because I really don't want to have ogres crashing down through my builds. It's just not something that's just necessary. But other than that, there are a lot of difficulty in enhancing mods. Deadly World is one of them. You can find spawners, TNT spawners, all kind of nasty stuff to make your digging and your stay in the world a little less pleasant. And most of it's underground, so most of the Deadly World stuff you'll find underground. Lots of traps, a lot of silverwood, like masses of silverwood blocks, silverfish blocks. Get some food. What time is it? Yeah, I'm basically just talking away the first day, just trying to catch you all up to speed. And like I said, and I'm putting a lot of I'm getting off track. Let me focus. Focus, Trekkie. Focus. I know I like to just all over the place. Can't, I got conversational ADD, I guess you could say. I have a sneeze that isn't sure if it wants to come out or not. Oh, woo, dang. As I was saying, with difficulty mods, in addition to Deadly World, which, like I said, most of it's underground, a lot of spawners, a lot of traps and silverfish blocks and other things to make it more deadly and more challenging. There's also Infernal Mobs, which is very akin to Diablo style rare mobs. Like, you have the normal mobs, and then you have kind of like mini bosses. They have their own health bars, they have their own random effects, and they have better loot. Now, by default, Infernal Mobs will drop like enchanted diamond armor and stuff like that. I thought that was a little cheaty, so I removed their ability to drop enchanted armor, and I just gave them basic drops. Like, they might drop an emerald or a single diamond, or maybe just a few other better than normal stuff, like, but still low-end mod things. So they're still worthy of killing, and it's starting to get nighttime. So let's. So you can see I was burnt to a crisp. I logged in, and there was one of those mobs right. So they're pretty difficult, and they come in several tiers, like rare, elite, and such. So, and I've tinkered with their rarity, so they're not quite as common as they are by default. So that'll make it a lot more interesting, especially when caving or just general playing. It's a raccoon. That'll make it a lot more fun. Let's get to. Obviously, one thing we're going to need to do in our new world, we're not going to be living in a hole, that's for sure. We're going to need to build ourselves a base of operations. And that house could eventually stay as part of our city. And, of course, I'll have testificates living in it. But, of course, in addition to that, we have a hardcore Enderdragon, which makes the Enderdragon a pretty epic fight. It makes it pretty difficult, adds a lot of strategy and challenge to it. Of course, if you beat it without dying a lot, you get the less deaths you do while beating the Ender, you get better loot. But it is pretty difficult. It is very difficult. So, and you can get some really nice stuff. So that'll add a lot of fun to it, I think. And there's other mods that I can't think of off the top of my head that add some difficulty. And of course, like I said, restrictions on being playing on myself. No quarries, because that makes getting resources too easy. Part of the reason last season that I stopped. This is the spot I've set aside for our building. So let's go just get right into it. Let's set down a foundation while I yap. No cores, because it makes getting resources way too easy. I may still use the arcane boar because it has. I don't think that's high enough. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, it's a door. Arcane boar still can destroy the environment with flux and stuff, so it has consequences. Quarry is just, it doesn't really offer too much consequence to it, and it can get you a lot of resources for very little effort. 1, 2, 3, 4. So no quarries, no auto repairing equipment. That comes from either Tinker's Construct, Mossy, or Thaumcraft Repair. None of that, because that basically makes your tools infinite, and it really ruins the effect of needing, to get enchanting systems or, make new tools. I want to have to continually make new tools. I don't want to just be infinitely God. No overpowered armor, except for when maybe fighting the Enderdragon and the Wither, because they're pretty tough. 1, 2, 3, 4. My legs. So, yeah, none of that. And you may say these seem like kind of artificial restraints, and they are. I just really don't. I want to keep the game exciting. When I'm going around the world, even if I'm reaching end tier, I don't want the world to be all the danger, all the excitement of the world to be just gone because I have some super elite armor that makes the game trivial. You know, I went through all the trouble adding all these mods with different mobs, traps and stuff. I don't want it to just become trivial because I've reached end game with super armor that auto repairs and I never ever need a new one. So none of that. So yeah, for the most part I'll be using either leather or iron, or maybe even, you know, Thaumcraft, Thaumaturge armor, because it's not very heavy armored. Nothing really super armor, let's just say that. I've not really decided all the restrictions. I may add more to myself as I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I like the center of my houses, like the rooms and everything, on an odd block, i.e. single. Wow, that was weird. 2, 3, 4. It's just the thing I like to do. I don't like it being centered on evens. It just is weird for me. And there's a ton of other mods, not just related to difficulty or stuff like that. A lot of fun mods for us to play with. Oh yeah, another difficulty mod called Zombie Awareness. At nighttime or even in caves, they're attracted to sound, to light, to blood. Like you may notice that when I hit the ground there was blood. They're attracted to blood and stuff, and then skeletons too, so they'll come searching through you through caves. It makes it pretty difficult. In the stream I had swarms of zombie at night, so it's gonna be pretty fun. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. The house is gonna be relatively square. We'll add on to it as necessary. Good thing about all this grass is I can make lines. I can see where my stuff lines up, so it is nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And of course, there's mods that I have that are part of just making nicer builds. Still have magical crops. It's still a pretty cool mod. I have a mod that I'll be showing you in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Broken seed, blood, zombies and stuff will be attracted to that. I don't remember how much I put between these over here. Talking kind of has that effect on you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so we have 9. I like stuff to be symmetrical. I'm sorry if that's a pain for y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I looked forward to building lots of cool things this season, and that's typically what I do. I don't like to just progress in mods and that be it. You know, like a lot of people they do Feed the Beast, and they don't really worry too much about building. They just worry about, you know, progressing through Greg Tech or whatever, and that's it. And they'll do like in an open area, or maybe they'll dig a hole in the ground. They don't really worry about aesthetics as much as they do just progressing the mod. I like to incorporate mods into my builds. I like to, you know, I like the mods to be part of things. I don't like to just progress through the mods. Of course, I don't have Industrialcraft and I don't have Greg Tech. Of course, at this time they're not updated to 1.5.2, which is our current version. But alright, so what we're going to need is a temporary craft bench. I love drawing. That's the one thing I love about 1.5. No time. Oh, we still got some time. Real quick, I'm gonna show you about the Chisel Mod. Some of you may be familiar, but basically it allows you to turn one kind of block into and give different designs to a single block. I think it only really works on vanilla blocks, but let's check out these. All you have to do is right-click let's check it out on oak planks. Just right-click the chisel, and then you put the block you want to carve in the middle, and you may notice there are several different designs for even oak blocks. Let's get a couple. I didn't want all of. Let's get like a block, you know, fancy oak. Basically just different designs for your things, and it really allows you, even with simple materials, to really differentiate a lot of the parts of your builds, even with like I could have like nothing but oak plants and still make my house oak planks and make my house look totally different. So let's just place them down in the world. Of course, it helps if I put them on my bar. And of course, I'm running the default texture pack. I think it just runs smoothly. You can see they're all oak, based off oak planks, a very typical resource, and they all look different. So you could add a lot of different variety to your builds. I think it'll give us a lot of extra, make building lots of extra cool different things really nice. And you could do this for all kind of blocks, all the vanilla blocks. You could do it for glass, and of course, no matter what, they always seem to break better with a pick. So, not an axe, despite the fact they're oak. And of course, if you don't like what you turn it into, you could always just put it back in there, and the one up here is the default oak wood planks. So I could turn everything back into oak wood planks if I so wanted. So it's a pretty cool mod, you know, not the most, you know, elaborate mod, but it's effective. And of course, the chisel is just the iron and a stick. So a very cool way to add some extra distinction in your builds for just the price of iron, and like I said, you can do it for all kind of different blocks. Stone slab, that looks very white for a stone slab. But either way, let's create some different blocks for our builds. What I really would like to have is some kind of well, let's finish putting out the foundation. I don't think I want this here. Little entryway to our home. 1, 2, 3, 4. How much was that between there? Just 2. So 1, 2. Maybe a small room, but all this grass. Maybe I'll let it come. Maybe I'll let it become night, just so y'all can see all the stuff that just swarms and swarms. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do it on an odd number, like I like to do. Just putting making different dimensions for different rooms could add a lot of flavor to your builds. Just make it a lot nicer. And of course, the bad things are going to start coming out soon. Put some light over here. They're attracted to light. They may not spawn quick at first, but the more that... It seems like the more zombies and stuff that are aware of something, the more spawn around. They'll start spawning in groups, and eventually you just get swarmed. So it's... Even by the first night, your first night's going to be a lot more dangerous. And I just think it makes it a lot more interesting. Get all this seeds and stuff out of my inventory. Blue flower, that's part of the herb or the potion mod. It's by the same mod author. I'm not exactly not sure the exact name of the mod, but it's by the same mod author as Magical Crops. See if we can. Oh, there's a skeleton. The 1.5 skeleton's pretty deadly. Pretty deadly. So lots of cool stuff we could do with Chisel. It's going to make our building a lot better. As you might see, got zombies, all kind of zombies coming from all over the place. Not necessarily over here, but they're attracted to the light. So yeah, lots of zombies. They come flooding at you, and they'll just keep coming and keep coming. Of course, there's deadly mobs from other things, like Mo Creatures has a few, and I think, of course, you got the scorpions, you got the silver skeletons, you got ogres, which will turn off their environment damage because it's just ridiculous. But let's get in here, plug it up before I get swarmed. It's my dog. Let's get some sleep. Sleep! Hey, get some sleep! I don't have a lot of... I don't have a lot of stone. I wonder if you could chisel wool. Let's look. Let's have a look at that. No, not wool. Okay. Well, that's a shame because wool would have been a nice one because there's so many different colors. How about gravel? Probably not. Yeah. So I guess not stuff that could like fall freely, or wool. Mostly the solid blocks. But you can do cobblestone, but I don't have a cobblestone. Let's just... Even cobblestone can be chiseled into pretty decent looking blocks. Put the thing here, and you can see you can make it all kind of different thing. You make it cobblestone with a light panel, a dark panel, a solid. Basically, you can make it look really neat. You can make it with creeper faces. Let's just plop down in here. So even cobblestone could be made into a pretty decent looking block. So it really affords you a lot of options when you're building. So let's get back out there, continue working. I'm not going to do anything special right now. So I know our first episode is just the basic stuff, but we have to have a base operations, and of course I have to explain what's going to be in this series, what you could expect, just getting off the get-go. And of course, you probably will notice in my video, I'm not too overly concerned with having big fancy editing and graphics and special effects. I'd rather my videos be about my content than worried about special effects. If you like special effects, that's great. I'm not knocking you for it, but you're not going to find it much in my videos. Let's get something that may look nicer on the outside. Something that's like vertical. Vertical oak wood planks. Kind of like siding on a house. Well, I guess siding could go horizontal as well. But I'm going to go vertical. Just because it's a little bit different. Okay, I'm losing track of myself here. I want the bottom to be kind of like a stone. I worry about adding windows later. And of course this is the doorway. Probably should add some more logs here. And this will probably stick out a little bit. Gobble gobble. It just makes it more three-dimensional, and it ultimately makes your builds more interesting. Even if they're made out of basic materials, like our house is going to be off the get-go, because obviously I've just started. I don't really have a lot of fancy things. You've broken your legs. Congratulations. Yeah, whoa, 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 whoa. And other such, gobble gobble stuff. Just laying out the foundation. I'll probably finish most of the house offline, or, So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to wrap this stuff around. I'll probably have to go get more trees. But after I'm done wrapping all this stuff around, I'll be right back. I'm back. I've completed all the walls, mostly. Some things are going to change. Like this front part out here. It's just too long and too narrow. It just looks kind of weird. It may not look so weird when I'm done, but I don't know. I just don't like it, so I'll probably end up changing it off camera between episodes. So we got our walls. They look a lot different from just normal planks, as they're vertical. So like I said, just being able to chisel into different looks adds just a bunch to it. So I managed to cook up some stone. Let's get our chisel out. See what. Well, yeah, just throw it on the ground. That's going to do it. Just throw it all over the place. We don't care. What kind of stuff? Oh, we can't do stone? That's weird. How about stone brick? Surely stone brick, right? Yeah, there we go. Oh, there's a bunch of them for stone brick. What could we put at the bottom? We could put small disordered stone blocks. We can make it small stone bricks instead of the large version. It may be hard for y'all to see this. You could make smooth stone panel just to make it look really nice and smooth as the base, sort of like a concrete foundation. I kind of like these disordered stone panels though. Let's go with these and see how they look. Let's go from the outside because they'll obviously have the best look from the outside. And there's horses. This is not 1.6. This the horses came from Mo Creatures plenty before they came to Minecraft. And of course, most people know they got Mo Creatures. I mean, they got horses from Dark Zark's Mo Creatures anyway. So let's pop down some of these. Don't think it really suits it. Alright, let's try something else. Let's try the solid stone panel, see if that makes any bit of difference. Too orderly. So something in between. For some reason I'm not hearing my stuff break. Ah, there goes my pick. Luckily I have some cobble. Oh, that's not cobble. Some cobble on here to substitute. If I could get my stuff to behave properly. Okay, so we didn't like those. Get them back to this. Get them back. Let's try something else. Let's try small. Like I said, small might be a pretty nice block. Yeah, I think they'll work fine. Of course, I'll bump stuff out afterwards. There's a ostrich in my house. Yeah, I think these will do just fine. Oh, forgot one. That's right, my pick broke. So, before I wrap up this episode, I should probably mention some of the other mods available, just to get, just to whet your appetite for what to expect. We got all kinds of stuff. Let me get rid of these seeds. It's annoying having to deal with all these seeds, but of course we got Forestry, one of my personal favorite mods. We got Thaumcraft. We have MineFactory Reloaded, turrets, just to help us, deal with the zombie horde, which you've yet to see, but I'm sure you'll see it plenty in this series to come. And like I said, they don't only spawn on the surface; they spawn in caves. You'll get swarmed in caves as well. Not as much as you would during the night on the surface, but they'll seek you out in caves, so it makes it pretty challenging. And it works on a variety of mobs, I think. So, pretty cool. It is a pretty neat mod. Zombie Awareness. I suggest you all check it out. It's by Kuros. You could probably Google it as Kuros Mods, which is C-O-R-O-S. Kuros Mods. He does a variety of mods. Well, clearly did not have enough. Alright, well, whatever. I could cook up more between episodes. We're just doing the basics now, trying to give you an idea of what kind of cool stuff you could do with Chisel. Just like I said, whetting your appetite just a little bit, and it's about to become night again. Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough. I'm gonna be a couple short, but that's fine. And it's getting to be nighttime. Let's real quick get in here. Actually, let's go real quick sleep real quick. Let's real quick sleep real quick. Real quick. Let's real quick sleep real quick. A little, not at all redundant. Alright, let's get over here. Zombie already. You gotta watch out for the named one. Now, the named mobs, the special mobs, could be any kind of hostile mob. Endermen, even ones from mobs. Or not mobs, from mods. Even mod mobs could be special rare mobs with names, and they come with all variety of nasty effects. Some of them could pull the weapon out of your hand. Some of them could become invisible. Some of them cause mini explosions around them, which is really nasty near your structures. but something we're going to have to deal with. Look at this big guy. Did I get a seed? No. Oh, and by the way, one of those rare mobs, it dropped an iron to gold chest upgrade, which is iron chests. Just a variety of mobs. Of course, Twilight Forest, one of my personal favorites. I've always had Twilight Forest. And of course, it has lots of new things since I last recorded a single player series, so lots of cool new stuff to explore. Trying to think of what else. I got a whole bunch of them. It's really hard to remember. Like, a lot of them are difficulty. Oh, there's egg in my house. A lot of difficulty mods. You know, things of that nature. A lot of stuff to play around with. We will have no shortage of stuff to do. That's for sure. I'm gonna be like, what? Watch like one short. Of course, if I no, too short. Of course, if I could play. Fuck it. I really don't care about it. Let's get some floor. I'm gonna use birch for our floor because it's a nice bright. I kind of like it. And we're gonna go with large, long birchwood planks. I think that'll make a nice flooring. So let's just put some down. The textures connect a bit so that it really looks like a really long planks that reach across the room. So you can see they're kind of long, and even though they're birchwood planks, oh, I missed one over there as well. Doesn't matter. It'll look nice. And like, even these are basic materials. You got oak, you got stone, bricks, and you got, you know, birch. But they look so different. Like, you can make them so many different ways, even with just the same material, and really give your house some distinction. And that's where I really like the not Twilight Forest. That's why I really like the Chisel Mod. It just gives you so much options to use when you're building. So that's just one really cool thing. And I'll finish this off camera, of course. So yeah, it makes a nice floor. Our house may not be the prettiest thing. It'll look better as I work on it. And of course we have Mr. Crawdad or Crawfishes, or whatever the hell his name is. We have his furniture mod, so we can make chairs and sofas and rugs and stuff. It'll help bring out a little bit of, you know, decor in our homes. So we don't have to try to use blocks to make ugly chairs. We could actually make chairs themselves, which will be pretty neat, if you ask me. And you better ask me, because I'm Trekkie. Alright, one final thing I want to show you before we wrap up the episode. Let me clear some space. Actually, I'm probably going to need those. Put that away. I just want to show you that. It's one of the loots. I clearly don't have enough chest space. Oh. We also have Tinker's Construct and Natura, and of course we have the latest version of Tinker's Construct, at least the one that's available to the public. So let's get some stuff going here. Huh? Some blank patterns. Basically all we have to do, we're going to need a chest. We're going to need a crafting bench. And basically you just take these blank patterns, you put them above these various things I just created. Pattern chest, and you get a book. The great thing about Tinker's Construct is you'll start the very game off, where is it in here, with a materials in you. You don't even have to look on a wiki or anything. The game will provide you with everything you need. See, getting started, recipes. Getting started, it'll tell you, describe what you need to do, it'll tell you how to make the patterns, how to make the various tool tables. And then as you make the tool tables, you'll get something. Okay, you'll say, okay, well I got the tables, now what do I do? This will tell you about the various tools you can make, the various materials, what their, you know, durability, their mining, their damage, ever, and of course it has modifiers. So basically the mod, as you go through it, explains it all to you. So you never really have to go on a website. So that's really cool. Anyways, let's continue on. So we got that. What did I make all just far? Just this. Okay, so you put. Basically, you need a chest, crafting table, gives you tool station. You need, I'm gonna need two more of these. So we need just a regular planks, and you're gonna need a log. That's the 4 things you need to make the various tools. Am I dark out here? Let's go put this over here. Actually, let's let's just sit it over here for demonstrational purposes. So stencil table, pattern chest. I'll move these all. This is, I know it's going to be cramped, but just for demonstrational purposes. Tool station and part builder. Basically the order of which you use these stencil. This just holds the various patterns you make. Tool, part builder, and tool station. That's the very order you'll be using them in. You put your patterns in the stencil table, and now you pick up various things you'll need to build your tools. So let's say I want to make a pickaxe. You're going to need a pickaxe head pattern. You're going to need a tool binding pattern, and it explains this all in the book. And I'm going to need a tool rod. And we could just stash them in here. Let's get some materials. Hold on a second. Anyways, as I was saying, you got your patterns in your pattern chest. You go over to the part builder. You put a material in. Let's just do a basic stone for now for demonstration. You take a pickaxe head and you combine it with stone with your material. Basically your materials over here, your patterns over here. Pickaxe head. Now the other things are not going to use a full resource. So you'll get what's called a shard or a chunk. Stone binding. And you can create, combine different materials for different effects. Whatever. And another we got for our tool rod. Okay, so now we got parts. Now what we do, we take it to our last thing, which is this tool station where we could repair our tools or create them. You click on pickaxe because that's what we're making. Pickaxe head, stone binding, and we got ourselves a pure stone pickaxe. Only 65 durability because it's, well, stone. It's not the best material. Attack's not so much. It's a pickaxe we don't care about. Mining speed is 4.0, which is stock for stone, and its mining level is iron. That means it can mine up to iron and some other ores. It can't mine redstone. It can't mine diamond. So basically whatever the mine levels is the highest level of thing it can mine. This being iron and stuff. Just like a stone pick, you could only mine up to iron, copper and such, basic ores. And next is redstone, then obsidian, yada yada. And of course the modifiers remaining is how much modifiers you can add to it. If I had like alright, got pulled out. So now we got, if we were back in the, we could have mod. If we had redstone, we could combine redstone with it to make it mine faster, which would take up a modifier. Add diamond to it to make it diamond level. You can make a stone pickaxe that mines what diamond pickaxe can, which would take a modifier. Basically, most stock things have 3 modifiers. If you had paper in it, paper adds extra modifiers. There's a whole system of things you can combine to create different modifiers. So it's a really cool mod. You can make shovels, tools, various weapons, a battle sign, which I think is a kind of a nod to the complete the monument maps. I think Vex used like battle signs in his several times. You got a frying pan, which can actually be used as a mobile furnace. I don't know if it could only cook food or not, but lots of cool stuff. Tinker's Contract, pretty neat. And of course you could name your tool if you so wished, but I didn't. It's just a stone pickaxe, so I'm not really caring about it too much. And different materials have their own abilities. So, pretty cool. Tinker's Construct is a pretty awesome mod. We'll be using these a lot throughout the series and various other tools, but hope you all enjoyed the first episode. I enjoyed putting it together. I'm glad to be back. Even when I wasn't playing, I was really looking forward to get back and make videos. And of course, my first bit of choosing seeds and everything was in a stream, and I'll be doing more streams as I go along. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Look forward to a bunch more of these and other games going forward. See you all next time.